Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Detroit Lions. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
In motion left, Godwin. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they get him down, but now the third takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. The 20. 5. Touchdown. Take away. 49 yards for Saquon Barkley. And the Bucs go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looking to put a drive together. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field. But, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now Jackson. That'll be caught by St. Brown. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
Bates' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
1st and 10.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
2nd and 9 at the Lions' 47-yard line.
Second and 9. Play fake. Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Throwing, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, they can make someone miss in the open field.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play.
Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
To throw is Jackson. Will try and do this himself. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start out on the ground in Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught by Mike Evans. A gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mayfield now from the 50. He'll try and do this himself. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
On the pickup. It's second and inches at the 24-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Mayfield down. And it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Brings up fourth down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Jackson. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Here's Jackson. Middle of the field to Jefferson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off to try and chip someone at the second level.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Jackson will keep it. And he is going to have the Lions first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Brings up second
tackle on that play by Quinton Williams.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to Laporta. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
Jackson. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here's Jackson to throw. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
They go play action now. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And the tackle made it to 13. He is well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Bates' kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get it across the midfield, stripe into Lion territory. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
It's a gain of 16
and as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. In motion left, Godwin. They'll try the right side here. Barkley evades him at the 10. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts.
He was taken down.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd and 7.
Seven yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll try and do this himself. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will give the lead up to 7. And this one is right through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down 13-6. A minute 53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Jackson. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds out near the 45 at the 44. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And they're well past past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is first and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart, took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's first down. Jackson. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
No timeouts remaining. Cannot take a sack here. First and 10.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. That's prepared for him to try and take off.
At the 16-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Jackson to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
Complete to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they're all all the way across midfield before he's brought down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First down on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule to take some of the starch out of that front 7.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Again, it's Gibbs. He is down to the 30-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Another one for Gibbs. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the Buccaneers' 30-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day, Pat.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to wait. He'll make a big for it on the ground. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. On the red zone now. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Lamar now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they take this in for the score. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Rachaad White on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they send it straight ahead, but the punt stops him after a gain of 3.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. His first throw is an interception. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On first down, Jackson. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Jackson trying to get on 2nd down. Screen here for Gibbs. Room to run inside the 20. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
In the red zone on first. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Gibbs goes the wrong way, and he's going to lose several here. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Now from back at the 7, here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he's going down. They said no to that shorter field goal, partner. Rolled the dice for more, and they're going to end this first half empty-handed as a result. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. The field goal team is out, and if he can make this and push this to a 2-possession ball game, Bates' kick is up and good. And that will add to their score.
You look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Jukes away from 1. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Tight end motioning right. Baker now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First down, a run with Barkley. Now a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Mayfield. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. He's it in close. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Mayfield throwing on 4th. And it's caught. Chase has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
First down, looking to throw. Mayfield finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this 2nd and inches. Baker out of the pistol. Finds Chase on the slant. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. They'll maybe get 2 out of that, so that play brings us to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Mayfield now from the gun. And the Lions are there to bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. 3rd down. Here he goes. 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. From the left hash, 34 yards away. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Hey, facing a deficit, it's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room. They will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Chase McLaughlin.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. Touch the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions going to go on offense here late in the half. And we're down inside a minute to play here in the second quarter, but that is enough time to get a drive together. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
A gain of 7. First down, Lions.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Play action now with Jackson. Get some space around midfield. And this one will get them into enemy territory. Hit and stopped quickly, but the catch moves him to the 48. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
A gain of 12. And the Lions first down.
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Now it's Jackson. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Detroit Lions first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Detroit.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's White on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10.
The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the 3rd. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. The quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. He's out in the clear. He's got it in the red zone. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown! The Buccaneers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown!
Kate, you saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tie things 10-10.
Chase McLaughlin.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's Lamar. Middle of the field, taken in by Laporta. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Now Jackson off the play action. Jump off, caught by his back. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This is Gibbs on second down. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's a gain of 8.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And that gives the Lions the first.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Gibbs now from the gun. They cobble together a yard there. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. He's running for it. Strong running inside the 30. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
On first down, it's Gibbs. Escapes the defender. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He completes it in traffic. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's good.
Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
1st and goal, here's Gibbs. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on that play, so now they've got 2nd and goal.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Pressure coming, it's Jackson. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Showing a little burst so far. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
First down, here's Baker. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And it's going to be second down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Throwing again is Baker. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On 3rd and 2, here's Mayfield. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. In motion left is Evans. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And the tackle quickly follows that catch as this one reaches the 23. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
That's Connett's got him in again. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Once more, it's Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Jukes away from one. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense headed out now for Detroit. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He dodged the tackle. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has a gain of 4 on the run, which runs us up to the 2-minute warning.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Setting up to pass. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
At the 35-yard line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here he is to throw. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Baker throwing again. Catch made. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Third down, 1 yard to go. They run it with Saquon. Oh, they're on him quick. He's not going to get the yard they need, Brock. He only gets back to the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Bucks getting set up to punt now on 4th down. On comes Riley Dixon. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. They're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. 1st and 10. Now a run with Wright. So the change of pace to the tight end isn't going to yield anything. Stop for no gain. 2nd down coming up.
In truth, Kate, kind of felt like he was lucky to get what he got right there. The pressure from this defense to go get that safety, it was on. And that same pressure, well, they're not going to back down here on 2nd down as well.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they're not going to stop him until he gets out to that 16-yard line. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Here comes Williams on the return. The Lions offense returning to the field. And they're playing with a chance to take the lead right here. Get a nice little cushion in what has been an otherwise really close game.
Yeah, and really the mindset, Kate, is this has got to be the drive. When you break the huddle, you look at each other and say, right now, these are the moments that tilt the game in our favor. Because you know if you don't get it done, you've given your opponent that opportunity.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Kind of a curious call there, Kate, because the passing game, it's not worked real well for them in regulation, and that operation, that wasn't good enough either.
One of the tight ends motioning right. Throwing again here on 2nd and 10. Jackson able to find Wright. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
First drive of overtime and a little risk of stalling out now. Got to get 4 here on 3rd down. And he's got a free play here. He'll step up, and there he goes. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Pass it in close. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Up the gut they go with Gibbs. Gets it to the 15. And he will not score, but he got oh so close, Brock. Out of bounds 4 yards shy of that end zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
They send a man in motion. Working inside the red zone. Taken in by Williams outright. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions break the tie and go up by 6. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, in past years, this game would have been over on that score. But starting this year, their opponents get to respond as we are back underway. Escapes the defender. And he's stopped on the run back of the 27. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now it's his turn in overtime. Finds him on the crossing route. He's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
At the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Baker now off the play fake. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's second down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Second down, Mayfield the pass. Pass caught, 9-yard line. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And it's a touchdown. The new overtime rules gave them a chance to answer, partner, and they came through. This game is not over yet. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
One touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Now, these new overtime rules have given us quite the game here, haven't they? Now it is next score wins as we're off again. Fields this one at the 3. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions get ready to return to the field. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
All right, Brock, both teams have had their opening salvos. Next score wins it in OT as they come up on second down. They motion the tight end over. There's a counter give to Gibbs. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
The Buccaneers go to the nickel, third down. They send a tight end in motion. To throw. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Lions readying for the punt. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And overtime rules gave them a chance to answer touchdown with touchdown, and this was the moment that they were working towards. A chance to take the field one more time with an opportunity to win it. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And that'll leave him with just one remaining in overtime.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Back at the 30-yard line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Fits it through the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. 1st down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Bucket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
From the gun, Mayfield hits him on the out route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one's good to Godwin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Saquon. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And the kick team comes on. A chance to win it here in overtime. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3. And his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.